Stars like Cody Rhodes, DIY, and the Creed brothers were shown appearing to Monday Night Raw. I'm your host, Unknown Emperor. This is Monday Night Raw Review. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get to it. Monday Night Raw kicked off very strong with main event Jey Uso, and Pat McAfee makes me get up and get hype along with Jey Uso every time that he come out. Main event Jey Uso made his way to the ring. He gave everybody that little yeet. Brother versus brother, yeet. WrestleMania match, yeet. But then he got straight down to business. He already knew who he dealing with, the bloodline. He already knew that they were there. So he called them out. Surprise, surprise, they came out. It was Jimmy followed by Solo, but Jimmy was the only one that got into the ring. Brother, yeet. Standing face to face. No yeet. But nah. Jey was very passionate during this. He said that he missed his brother, that he loved his brother, that he can't sleep. He hadn't talked to him, this, that, and other, which is really sad. Which is really, really sad. And he's like, man, he should have never left him. But Jimmy fired back. It's like talking. Jey left him. He the one that wanted to leave the bloodline. He did everything, Jimmy did everything that he possibly could to help Jey. He the reason why Jey is the main event, Jey Uso. He the reason why Jey went out and won the tag team titles with Cody Rhodes. He the reason why Jey is having the biggest solo success of his career. And it's all because of Jimmy. Jimmy was like a big gaslighting fool right here. But all in all, he said that he was basically the reason for Jey's success, and Jey had enough of it. He laid him out, hit him with a nice little forearm, but he forgot that Solo was on the outside. Solo cast a distraction. Then he got caught when he turned around by a super kick by Jimmy. That was finna do a little bit more damage to him, but we got no music. We got a no music save. That's very rare in WWE. Cody Rhodes came out, helped Jey, and they sent the bloodline running. All in all, that was the end of the opening segment. Nice little opening segment. Got us started for the quick pace Raw that Raw was gonna be. Next, we zoomed into the back with Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman saying that Solo and Jimmy was acting on their own and that the bloodline was gonna be gone for the rest of the day. I didn't believe him at this point, but I guess he was telling the truth. And then next we got a tag team qualifying match between DIY, the team of Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, taking on the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus Creed. And with the teams involved, you already know that this was going to be a great match. Both of these teams are nice in it, but going into it, I hadn't seen the Creed brothers in a little minute. I see DIY every week. So in my mind, I thought DIY was going to win. But when the Creed brothers came out, they was pushing them. So it was very up in the air. I ain't really. But whenever the match kicked off, it got kicked off very high pace, very strong. Creed brothers was out on top. They were able to slow down the pace and then isolate Tommaso Ciampa, basically just keeping them cutting off the ring, keeping them over in their corner, which was building up a little lukewarm tag to Johnny Gargano. But when Johnny Gargano came in, he picked up the pace a little bit, doing kicks, doing dives, and him and Tommaso Ciampa worked out a big dive together. They did the dive to the outside to the ring on the Creed brothers, which started building them up the momentum. And then whenever they came back, the break did not. Usually, if you caught up, breaks usually help the other team that's losing. The break didn't really help. DIY was still on top by the time he came back until a reversal of a suplex. And then Brutus had got the hot tag and started throwing bodies around. And he had a great spot to where he did a roll-up on Ciampa. And then Johnny Gargano shot from the corner. He grabbed Johnny Gargano, did a suplex while still pinning Tommaso Ciampa for the 1-2 kick out. This match is very good. This match is very high-paced. I see now that they're going to give the Creed brothers a lot of offense. They did a lot of great spots in this match. It was nice. And then when they kicked out, it was the Creed brothers kicking it into a whole different gear. They did vertical suplexes together. They both was holding up DIY. They did kip ups in stereo, and then they both hit a moonsault for the 1-2 kick out. Gargano got another hot tag. His first tag was lukewarm. This tag was hot. He started running wild. I want to say on Brutus, and then he was able to work out a slingshot spear for the 1-2 kick out. Julius and Ciampa made their way into the ring, and at this point they're just having a slugfest. They're just hitting each other with chops and elbows and rights and lefts, and this went on for a good 5 minutes. They was just throwing it. It looked a couple stiff. It looked a little stiff, but Brutus was able to lock in a ankle lock on Tommaso Ciampa. This time Gargano ran up. He had the ankle lock on Ciampa, kind of like the NXT spot he did, but he kind of dropped Gargano, but he was able to pick Gargano up before he fell on his head and slam him with both hands. And then he locked back in the ankle lock on Ciampa. Julius came in, he locked in the ankle lock on Johnny Gargano. So now we have ankle locks and stereos. DIY was able to reverse it. Ciampa had on the crossface. Gargano had on the Gargano escape. And it was set submissions in stereos. It was really nice. It was really good. And but then the Creed brothers really took this as I'm finna one up you. They were able to take the crossface and the Gargano escape respectfully, pick up DIY, and they slung them into each other. Like they threw their bodies into each other. And then when Gargano rolled out the ring, they hit moonsaults on Ciampa. They got the 1-2 kick out. Ciampa, they was finna take him out with the Brutus bomb, but Ciampa was able to roll out of the Brutus bomb. He rolled Julius Creed up, got the 1-2, but as soon as he was finna get the 3, Brutus grabbed the feet, rolled him up, got Julius on top. Julius got the 1-2, but Gargano had worked his way up. He ran into the ring. He threw Brutus out the ring, and he super kicked Julius, and Ciampa got the momentum with the super kick and rolled back on top. 1, 2, 3. DIY is heading to WrestleMania. What can I say? This was a great match on Monday Night Raw. A great qualifying match. I'm starting to think all these tag team matches was planned. But it was a nice match. Good review. Good reviews all around. I really appreciate it for what it was. Monday Night Raw was really getting off to a nice start. Andrade was then backstage with the Judgment Day, and he was talking to Mommy, Dirty Dom. They were saying that they've been watching him, and Finn Balor came out with this nice bucket hat and said that they were going to watch his match next week. Damian Priest came in. There was a little tension between Andrade and Damian Priest. We don't know where this is going to go. And we kind of segued within the same moment to they were getting on to JD about losing that gauntlet match. And then they set up a match between Dominic Mysterio and Ricochet later on so Dominic can kind of get his gig back. Next, we had Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell beating the team of Katana Chance and Caden Carter. Long story short, this match didn't really end. This match wasn't really long. Katana Chance had landed wrong on her knee. She was a little injured. Indy Hartwell didn't want to take advantage of it. They were giving her room to breathe. Candice LeRae tagged herself in. She knocked out Caden Carter, and then she wrapped the leg of Chance around the ring post, and then she got her in like a Boston Crab, had tied her to tip of her foot touching the back of her head, and she tapped out. She was extremely happy. Indy Hartwell did not know how to take this. It was a mid-match. Right now they got LeRae being a right-wing dick, just taking advantage of dead relatives and taking advantage of injured people. It's either gonna lead to two ways. It's gonna lead to Indy follow suit, or Indy and LeRae are gonna have a match at WrestleMania. All in all, it was nice for what it was. We then got a recap of The Rock on SmackDown again. Yay. But then we got a small little great news about Bray Wyatt. He's getting a documentary, and I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I don't really do documentaries like talking about, but Bray Wyatt, I love that man. Bray Wyatt, I have to watch his documentary. Cody Rhodes then made his way to the ring to basically give his rebuttal to The Rock's concert on Friday night. He was spitting fire on the match. He referenced The Rock, calling himself everybody's favorite heel, but all he said was he's The Rock. He's not a heel. He's an asshole. He called The Rock a whiny bitch. He then brought up The Rock's mother, like The Rock brought up his mother, but this was completely different. He showed Mother Rock so much respect, so much love, so much appreciation, like he was expecting The Rock to do for his mother. And then he brought up a couple of great points about The Rock not being in the ring for a while. So he was like, hey, am I going to get the great one, The Rock? Or am I going to get this man that's suffering from little dick syndrome? And then everybody went crazy. He called him a whiny bitch. He called him a little dick. Yeah, ooh, 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 ooh. And then he ended it off by saying, he's not getting the final boss. He's getting a Roman side chick. And then the crowd went wild. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He said Roman Reigns' name. He said The Rock's name. Paul Heyman went his way to the ring. And you got to love Paul Heyman. Hall of Famer. Great on the mic. Pioneer ECW. It's a lot of stuff that I can go deep into. But Paul Heyman came out. He made his presence felt. He kind of surprised me. He started apologizing for a lot of actions that he made about like bringing out the fake security guards or, doing all this, and the other. And he came out to deliver a message from Roman. He stated that Roman is gonna leave the bloodline and go to the face-on-face with Cody one-on-one. I'm sure he's lying, but Cody said deal, but then he said deal before Paul Heyman was done. Paul Heyman, that dastardly man, kept going and was like, hey, if Roman's by himself, you got to be by yourself. Come to Friday Night SmackDown alone. And Cody ain't no bitch. So he said deal. And they shook hands on it. Somebody's lying. I can already let you know that somebody's lying. Somebody is lying. I don't know who. Probably both. Somebody's lying. Ricochet then beat Dominic Mysterio. Ricochet is Ricochet. So he's hitting dives, he's hitting flips, he's hitting super kicks, he's hitting hurricanranas. But he was able to hit a corkscrew dive, start off, get the momentum. What's a match without a dive? Dominic started to build the momentum back. He was able to attempt a 619. He missed. JD Madonna is on the outside doing distractions all day, every day. He got out. After the miss by Dominic Mysterio, Ricochet hit the recoil. 1, 2, 3. It wasn't really much to this match. They tried to get the jump on Ricochet after the fact, and he ran away. He was just a little bit too quick. It was okay. I wonder how they're gonna follow this up next week. Andrade is probably gonna fight Ricochet, and Andrade is gonna get the win, possibly. I don't know, but it was fine for what it was. Chad Gable was then backstage being the worst possible friend or support system ever. He was being like this girlfriend that's upset and then not saying why she's upset, but then want somebody to ask why she's upset. That's dumb. But Sami Zayn was backstage. He noticed that Chad Gable was a little upset. He wasn't talking, but we all know why he's upset. Chad Gable might turn heel, but he just said that Sami Zayn can't beat Gunther, which distraught Sami Zayn because you already knew he wasn't feeling well because it led to the contract signing between Gunther and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn made his way to the ring. He was noticeably a little distraught. Gunther made his way to the ring. His presence is so immaculate. His presence is so great. And man, you just got to love Gunther. The contract signing, it didn't end like how you thought. They were just going to get right to it, but Gunther stopped them, was like, hey, I'm dressed to the 9. He's dressed to the 9 while my challenger's sitting here in some sweats and a t-shirt looking like a bum. Sami Zayn fired back. He was like, hey, I see your smug look. I'm going to smack it off. I see a lot of people doubting me, but But I'm used to people doubting me. I always prove the doubters wrong. He signed the contract. Gunther responded by saying all his dreams is going to become a reality and at WrestleMania, meaning that you think you're going to win. I'm Gunther. I'm the ring general. I'm the most dominant Intercontinental champion of all time, and you going to catch it. You're going to catch what everybody else been catching for the past 600 plus days. He signed the contract, but Gunther was finna leave. But I guess Sami Zayn had a surprise for him in the back, so he had to beat him to the back. He stopped him and was like, hey, look me in my eyes. I'm ready. And then he walked off, and that was the end of that. But I can't wait. I think Chad Gable is probably gonna cost Sammy or something. Chad Gable gotta go turn heel at some point in this ordeal. But I'm ready. I'm ready for the WrestleMania match between Sami Zayn. They might turn it into a triple threat. Might. But it's a lot of multi-person matches on here. They always do their best to try to get everybody on the WrestleMania card. But nice segment. We then had our next tag team qualifier match, and this was Awesome Truth, which is The Miz and R-Truth, taking on Sangha and Veer. I forgot their team name, so I apologize. But they don't really be on Raw like talking about, so I can't really do nothing about that. This match was nothing more than 5 minutes. Again, long story short, The Miz and R-Truth had hit this combine skull crushing finale little Jimmy combo thing on Sangha. Veer went to attack The Miz. Miz got out of it. He hit Jinder Mahal on the outside, and he was pulling Veer out of the ring. In which he pulled Veer out of the ring, Veer elbowed R-Truth, who politely fell on Sangha and got the 1, 2, 3. Like that's how it happened. That's basically what's the match. And now Awesome Truth is going to WrestleMania along with the rest of Regeneration X. Regeneration X. So they're joining that ladder match, and it was a quick match. Quick match. Drew McIntyre next was making his way to the ring, but before he even got to the ring, all we heard was Seth Rollins' music hit, and Seth just danced past him, laughed past him. Drew was standing there like a deer in headlights, just looking at him. Seth Rollins had made his way to the ring and was like, hey, Drew, I'm sorry I didn't see you. I'm sorry, this, that, and the third. And then Seth started off with, hey, I'm Seth Rollins. I am a spotlight junkie. So, he was basically taking the mick out of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre obviously thought that Seth Rollins wasn't taking it seriously. So Drew McIntyre had got on the mic. He got mad and he was like, hey, Seth, you always make a joke of this. But you always make a joke of this, but it's not going to be a joke when I take your title at WrestleMania. So you can laugh it up. You can do this, and third, but it's not going to matter at the end of the day, which kind of made Seth Rollins a little mad. He started shouting about he's been in this ring for 20 years. He done pushed to fight and be able to make it to this point. He was like, I am a spotlight junkie. I've worked hard to become this spotlight junkie. I've deserved the right to be the spotlight junkie. The cheers that the crowd gives me, that's my fix. Me winning titles, that's my fix. Like I get my fix every time that I'm in front of the spotlight. Thank you for pointing that out. Drew didn't fire back saying that his priorities are mixed up, that this is going to be the biggest match because of the two that's involved, not with the bloodline outer. Like, this is his time, his moment. Seth Rollins just basically ended it off by saying that you're a big hypocrite. You want the spotlight. You want it on you because you won the title in 2020 when it was no fans, and now you want your moment and your time in the spotlight. You just want the same thing you're telling me I'm one. And at the end of the day, you always fumble when the spotlight's biggest. And then he walked off. So Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. I think Drew McIntyre is gonna win based off of bloodline interference, and then the Monday night after WrestleMania, he's gonna be like, "I did it all alone, be by myself, just me," you know. Nothing too bad. We then got the Alpha Academy taking on the New Day to see who would get the final Raw spot in the. I think this is the final Raw spot in the tag team match at WrestleMania. The match picked up when Otis got the hot tag. He ran through the New Day. He hit a caterpillar on Cody for the 1-2 kick out. Otis went for a flying nothing. Akira Tozawa got tagged in and was able to get his offense going. Akira doesn't really get a lot of TV time, so this was nice to see and remind us that he is a nice wrestler. He was able to hit a Hurricane Run off the top rope, and then he hit a flying senton for the 1-2 kick out. Man, and it wasn't a kick out. Cody broke it up. Cody broke it up at 2. My bad. And then Cody went outside. He hit a DDT on Otis on the outside. And then Tozawa took his eyes off of Woods a little bit. Woods had hit a sit-out powerbomb, and then he got on the top rope, hit a flying elbow for the 1-2-3. The New Day is heading to WrestleMania. The match was as quick as that. That's essentially was it. And then we made it. See, zoom by. Made it to our main event where Becky Lynch was taking on Nia Jax. The announcers was making a point of emphasis that Becky Lynch has never beat Nia Jax in a one-on-one match. Obviously, that was going to change here because Becky is on the road to WrestleMania, and there's no way she was going to lose. But it was all about how you got to the finish line as opposed to essentially the finish line itself. Becky started off hot, which was a great idea until Nia Jax rammed her into the ring post, and then she did a Samoan drop onto the barricade, which hurt. If you see it, it hurt. Nia was able to fill the ring with chairs. She started tossing chairs into the ring. I think she tossed about 6 or 7 chairs into it. She was able to work a Samoan drop onto the chairs. Becky stayed down for a little bit, but wasn't really down long. Becky was able to start getting the momentum, but she went for a dive. Dives always either help you or hurt you. This time it hurt her. Nia caught her in midair with a chair while she was doing a dive. Nia then worked out some kendo sticks and started hitting her like a piñata. Started blacking her in the back with the sticks, and she put a chair on Becky and sat on it until Becky started beating her out of it with the kendo stick. Like, she got the chair, put it on her, and she sat on it, and then the ref was counting. So if it would have went to 10, then she would have won by sitting on Becky. Back from the break, we were here, and we were on the outside. We had a ladder set up, we had a table set up. The writing was on the wall at this point. You kind of knew what was gonna happen, but you didn't know. But like I said, back from the break, Becky had blinded Nia Jax with a fire extinguisher. Then she was able to work into the ring, but her blinding her didn't really help. All she did was hit Becky with a Samoan drop through the table that was in the corner on the inside. Becky wasn't gonna make it up to 10, but she was smart. She rolled out of the ring. Nia wasn't smart because she followed her out of this ring, which led to basically her demise. Becky set her up. She hit her with a manhandle slam through the table that was on the outside of the ring. This wasn't enough. Becky had made her way to the top of that ladder that was posted up outside. Nia Jax was precariously on the announce table. Becky Lynch then hit a leg drop on Becky. Becky then hit a leg drop on Nia Jax through the announcer's table, and she wasn't going to get up from that. She count to 10, Nia down. Becky wins. She conquered Nia Jax, and now she can focus on Rhea Ripley, which is funny because Rhea Ripley then came out and she just basically laughed in Becky Lynch's face, stood toe-to-toe, put a title in her face, and we ended Monday Night Raw with Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley, the man and mommy, standing toe-to-toe, standing face-to-face, getting ready to for WrestleMania in 18 days. Nice Raw. It kind of breezed by. Review breezed by. It was good. Just let me know what you think of it. I'm ready for WrestleMania. It's gonna be every bit of great. Like, WrestleMania is gonna be amazing. I'm all for it. I just know it's gonna be long though. But as they're continuously to fill out this card for WrestleMania, we're gonna basically get to the nitty-gritty of everything. You let me know what you think. You let me know your reviews of Monday Night Raw, or check out some other videos that I have. Feel free to like, share, comment. Don't forget to subscribe to me, this channel. We have everything here. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your week. You know, whenever you're watching this. Thank you for tuning in. I am Unknown Emperor, signing off.